Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the January 29th, 2025 edition of our town hall. It's good to see you all. Good to meet some familiar new faces and familiar faces. If you're going to speak, please make sure you're muted just to not
Hello.
interruptions. Thank you. So welcome to the 2025 Town Hall, the first one this year. Excited. It's going to be an exciting year. Looking forward to co-creating, collaborating, and expansion in all the ways. I'm going to share my screen now, and we're going to go through our agenda. And towards the end, we should have opportunity to get into a little group breakouts to kind of connect at a deeper level with a handful of us here. So I'm going to share my screen now. And yeah, so for those that haven't been on any of these or are new to us, um, LightDAO is the global community for conscious entrepreneurs and investors. My name is Payam. I'm the founder, and Ruby on here is my co-founder. And just to share kind of what we're going to review over the next hour or 55 minutes, give some updates that we have over the last year and 9 months now since we've launched officially. Some of our upcoming schedule, our exciting Light Alliance Summit that's happening in 3.5 weeks, about 3 weeks from tomorrow it's starting. We'll share and give an opportunity for our ecosystem leaders that are on the call to give an update about themselves and what's happening in their local city. We'll give an opportunity for some of our DAO owners to share up to a minute about themselves, and I'll time that so we don't go over. And then we have a handful of mastermind teams that are ongoing. These are short-term peer support groups that dive deep into particular industries, interest topics. So the mastermind team leaders can share an update on what their mastermind is about and what's being discussed. Then we'll talk about our Kiva philanthropy program. Actually, number 6 is not on here. I forgot to remove it from here. We'll have an opportunity for a couple of our investment opportunities, give a minute on their companies, and then towards the end, we'll have time for a group connection. We'll put people into groups of, depending on how much time we have, 3 or 4 people. And then if we have time at the very end, we can have some open conversation.
We'll
So,
also have to comment that today is a new year. So happy new year. There's a couple billion people around the world, which is a big, big, big year of the snake for them.
okay. Happy New Year. Is that the Chinese New Year?
That's a Chinese New Year, right?
The Lunar New Year.
Lunar New Year.
That's right. That's better. Lunar. Yeah,
Lunar
that's why I
New
said it's not just people in China. It's people like really a couple billion people around the world are celebrating this. So I think having New Year is always great. Every day could be New Year. So
Year. True, true. So, so just to share some of the latest updates about the global community since we've launched in April of 2023, we have over 3,000 entrepreneurs in the global network, out of which about 750 are investors. We have hosted gatherings in over 16 cities now across North and South America, Europe, Middle East, Asia, and Australia. And we are launching more chapters. We're launching a San Diego chapter, as I mentioned. We're launching our Toronto chapter. We're looking to reinvigorate our Dubai chapter and more. So really excited about building this global family as we raise the levels of dignity for humanity so every single person feels the value of their own self-worth. And as we expand global consciousness into values of light, love, and global unity. That's really what the mission of Light DAO is. We're structured as a nonprofit organization. So all the money that goes into the Light Dow Foundation is eternally reinvested back into the mission and the community. So every dollar that you put in is being reinvested back into this global community in your local city and supporting the growth of the community, but also our individual DAO owners as those join us officially. So we host intimate gatherings, we host virtual connections such as this, town halls. We have the mastermind teams, which we'll go into, and we have an investment program for those that are interested or need support from an investment standpoint. We'll talk about that some more as well. And we have a unique concept with tokens where the more somebody contributes in the community, the more tokens they receive. And we have some exciting news. We're actually developing our technology now. And on the next town hall, we'll likely have more details that we could share around the design and the product itself. So super excited about the technology side of it. And for those that are token holders, there's going to be real world value associated to it. I mean, there is now, but it'll actually be so it'll be you could exchange that for dollars if you want, or you can keep it into the system and use it. And there'll be more to come on that piece. And community impact. We know there's been thousands and thousands of meaningful relationships that have formed, which is really what a lot of this is about, is building those values aligned relationships so we can do life with people that we feel aligned with. And that's a merge of business and personal. So we want this, we're all about being a whole person. And whole is there is no separation of business and personal. It's you're doing life with people, and the more you're aligned in values with the people in your life, the more you're going to support them, do business with them, invest in them, etc. And we ourselves as a DAO, myself and others within the community have invested in member companies. Just to share our upcoming schedule over the next month or so. These are already in the calendar, already planned, and things always come up. So it's suggested just to keep track of our weekly newsletter email that goes out on Mondays that lists usually the upcoming few weeks of gatherings that we're hosting around the world, whether it's Light DAO as an organization led or DAO owner led. And DAO owners is the language that we use for our members. So if any of our members are hosting gatherings or Light DAO as an organization is hosting gatherings and salons, that's in our weekly newsletter. We also post that on a weekly basis in our WhatsApp group. When we launch our platform, there's going to be other channels as well, but those are the primary two channels. We also have our member directory portal that also has that information. So there's a lot of places to get this information if you want to connect with us in person and live, which is really, again, what this is about. It's about the human relationship. So I won't talk about any of these into detail. You could just quickly glance these. Steve is hosting something on the Sunshine Coast. I'll give Steve an opportunity to share in a little bit. Bella is our chapter lead in Lisbon. She's hosting a gathering. I think it's this Friday. In LA, we have a business accelerator mastermind in a couple weeks. And then we're doing a post Valentine's Day potluck dinner. We have an amazing chef, Giovanni, who's a DAO owner, that we're gonna cook some great food for those in LA. We're hosting our Light Alliance Summit in February 20th. I'll share a little bit more about that. And Lisbon, again, we have a salon in February, SF, Raising AI, Parenting Our Future with Dakai, and more to the future looking ahead. Just to share a few words on our summit. This is our first summit that we're hosting. Some might remember we were originally planning on doing something in November. We pushed it back due to scheduling and making sure we can get more people to join us. So this is happening in 3 weeks. We have about 50 people right now confirmed to join us. This is going to be very intimate. We have some amazing speakers. It's going to be a mix of kind of conversation. We have a few topics that we're going to dive into. One is around, conscious leadership, social impact investing, psychedelics, DAOs, blockchain, and crypto, and then AI as a force for good. So we have about 5 panels, conversations, and then every meal for lunch and dinner, we're going to have an intentional conversation. For those of you that have experienced our in-person salons, we get people into groups so we can really dive deeper and move below the surface level conversations. So we're going to have kind of a round robin style seating arrangement so people can, over the course of our meals, get to know different people. And there's going to be plenty of time for hanging out. We're doing a beach day, so we're doing an excursion to a private beach, and then we're doing a boat to a private island day as well. So for those that are interested, feel free to reach out to me personally, DM me if you want to chat or have questions or join. The details are also on our WhatsApp group and over email. So that's the summit. And towards the end of this, if there's any questions about anything that we're reviewing, hopefully we can have some time for a Q&A. So I'm going to give all of our ecosystem chapter leaders up to a minute to introduce themselves and share any updates that they have, anything that is on their mind or their heart to share. So I'll pass it to Ruby, who I know is on this call.
Hi, everybody. So, as indicated on the calendar, our next fireside chat guest is Dakai, who is globally famous as a AI expert. In fact, the book that is coming out, if you can imagine, it's been endorsed by MC Hammer and Jeffrey Hinton. Right? So, for those of you who are not familiar with the AI, Jeffrey Hinton is known as like the godfather of AI. And he's one of those quiet, eccentric guys who never comes out and says hardly anything. And yet he's endorsed this book along with MC Hammer. So, that's going to be quite a conversation. And in March, we're going to be having the CEO of Draper University. You know, Draper University is one of the most active organizations all around supporting startup founders all around the world. And we're probably going to get this out in video. I mean, not in video, in a recording, because last night we had Tom Chi and Bonnie. A lot of you guys were there, and it was pretty phenomenal because Tom Chi is one of the most well-known climate tech fund managers, and he was actually the guy who helped to start Google X. So last night we really got treated to like the whole history. And anyway, so that's going to be available via video. All right, if any of you would like to see it, because it was quite worthwhile.
Ask those for not speaking, please be muted. Thank you. I think, Steve, you're on the call. So Steve, maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone. Steve Plummer here. I live on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia, which is about an hour north of Brisbane. For you American people, I guess it's probably South Carolina-ish in terms of climate and location. We have our salon tonight. How to raise capital or cash to grow your business in 2025. So I've got a guest speaker coming in who's an international investor. We have, I think it's 15 or 16 attending, which is a really good size for our place. And there's a couple of other investors and so forth coming along. So that will be really, really interesting in terms of what is available to help businesses grow. We've also had a couple of members come on, a couple of local members come on in the last week. So that's really pleasing to see. And me personally, I'm doing some work with a business called Positive Prime, which is a really cool bit of tech that changes your brainwave from the fight, flight, beta into the alpha theta flow state. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Anything else, Payam, that you wanted me to?
That's good, brother. That's good.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. I don't think we have any of other chapter leads on the call, so all move forward here. Now I want to give some space for some DAO owners who are on this call to also have a minute to share. I know I saw George and Tracy on the call. So George, you want to have a minute to give us an introduction of yourself?
Also, Bonnie's here too.
Cool. I'll make sure. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, Payam. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be here. I'm George. This is Tracy. We are speakers and authors, and we call ourselves holders of holders. We take very seriously everything that is required for the conditions to be safe for transformation to take place. And we teach people interested in creating those spaces how to create those spaces. And we've been doing that between the two of us for 60 years. And we're really looking forward to supporting this beautiful community and creating transformation everywhere.
And I'll just add that it is really great to be here and see you all and be part of this beautiful, powerful organization. George tends to work with men who hold transformational work for men. I work with women, and together we work with conscious couples who really see the relationship as an opportunity to further your impact and intimacy and love and leadership in the world. So it's next level leadership and communication and expression.
So welcome. Where are you located?
We're
Ruby.
located in Marina Del Rey here in.
Okay.
uh,
Okay, great.
And
Thank
I'll
you.
just say a quick hi, Ruby.
Now
I
I know
haven't seen
Ruby.
you in so many years.
It's been
Tracy
10 years.
Trottenberg, Kansas. So it's great to see you
Oh gosh, I didn't recognize you with glasses.
here without the glasses.
Yeah, it's good to see
Yeah,
you.
wonderful.
Good to be here with you all.
Now I know what Ruby you were talking about, Payam.
Okay.
Great to be here with you.
Well, it's good to have the threads reconnect.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to hear from you. Greg, I know you're on the call. Greg Apodaca. Unfortunately, Greg recently lost his home in Altadena fires. So just send some heartfelt love and energy to Greg here on the call. Greg, if you're here and you can hear us, would love for you to give up to a 1 minute update and how you're doing.
Personally, we're doing okay. We're better than most. We landed at my sister-in-law's ADU, so we've moved in here, but it's tiny, so we're going to start looking for a bigger place immediately. Emotionally, it's rough when people start talking and get emotional and start crying. It's we just remember that we lost all of our possessions built up over 50 years, so it's challenging. On the other hand, it's a fire under my butt to get more active. We're working with the city of LA on using AI to be better prepared for disasters like this. And my work is about speeding and scaling environmental solutions. Please mark your calendars. June 25 and 26, we'll have our 5th Green Economy Conference with a component on conscious investing. We hope to use AI to match investors to environmental solutions, and hopefully we can partner with LightDAO on that. That's it for me.
Thank you, Greg. Bonnie, I know you're on the call.
And also Alina is here too, Payam.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Bonnie Lynn from San Francisco. I am a venture and impact investor that works with family offices, mostly out of Asia and the US, to steward the 120 trillion in intergenerational wealth for shared prosperity. And really my passion is working with the next generation and helping them, build those connections across all of our global ecosystems. Been very fortunate to work in manufacturing technology and the finance space across all these ecosystems at the start of the innovation ecosystems all around the world at really opportune times, and have seen the power of collaborative co-creation. So last year I started a arts nonprofit, a creative placemaking nonprofit, amplifying sideline voices to, break free of 2D constructs and just take up space and build big art, because we really need it in the age of AI to protect our creativity and protect the third places where people come together to connect and co-create. So that's me. I'll drop a link of all the portfolio of things I'm working on, and happy to be part of this community. Thanks, Payam. Thanks, Ruby.
Thank you,
Yeah, and I
Bonnie.
also want to comment that, Payam and I have been talking about, supporting our investor network more because as he mentioned, we have like over 700 people who've identified themselves as investors. And then we have so many startups and people who are, looking for funding and donations and everything. So we're going to be announcing very soon, coming out officially, but since Bonnie's here today, Bonnie's going to be helping us coordinate that. So thank you so much. As you can see, she has extensive background, with VCs, family offices, corporate investors, angel investors. So she's an ideal person to help us, really be able to serve our investor and founder community better. So thank you so much, Bonnie. So
Yeah,
you'll be hearing more about that within a few weeks, everybody.
awesome. Alina, you're on the call?
Yes, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi everybody. Well, I want to first share Happy New Year, Happy Chinese New Year, Happy New Year all across the world. Lovely to see you, Payam, and Ruby. Happy New Year. I know you're celebrating. So I'm in Lisbon, and my background is in leadership coaching. I run a Divine Feminine Wisdom School and organize goddess retreats for women to reconnect to their sacred femininity and to run businesses that are aligned with what is truly for their highest and greatest good and with their natural feminine cycles. And I also specialize in helping leaders overcome burnout as well. So I'm happy to share as well my profile, more links in the comments. Sorry for the noise. I'm actually in a sports store right now in Lisbon. But yeah, happy to see you and happy to be on the call and looking forward to co-create more with Light DAO in the future.
Awesome. Thank you. Heidi, you're on the call. Hi, Heidi.
Hi, I'm a very new owner, started in December, so this is my first town call and I'm very excited and my heart goes out to you, Greg. I'm in Santa Monica, so I was very well in the evacuation zone, but blessed to not be personally impacted in that way. So my vision since 1990 has been to co-create heaven on earth, and I have been coaching leaders since 1987 to manifest their visions, like getting rockets into space. So I do that through co-creation and co-creating win-win-win outcomes for themselves, for the customers, the community, in the world. So that's basically what I'm about and why I'm so attracted and became a member of Light DAO.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. And Heidi, where are you from?
Well, I live in LA and Santa Monica right now, but I'm from Hawaii.
Okay, beautiful. Thank
So I
you.
resonate with Chinese Lunar New Year quite a bit.
I could pop in next because I've got to hop off.
Go for it. Go for it, Marissa.
Sure. Hi, I'm Marissa Feinberg, founder of Psychedelics for Climate Action. We're a nonprofit, and for the climate community, we want to pose the question, with all climate solutions available, why are we in this crisis? Clear that a consciousness shift is in order, and we convene and bridge the climate and psychedelic communities. Our message for the psychedelic community is, let's transform this oneness with all life into meaningful climate action. So right now we're building on our mycelial network. We have events in a number of cities. If you're in Miami, and we are also doing some strategies to bring psychedelic thinking to other organizations, values of oneness, connectedness, outside the box, creativity, into organizations and building that kind of programming right now. And we're also creating climate action integration guides for people after their journey and getting people to think about healing from a holistic perspective, beyond the self into the community, and also healing the natural world. And my heart goes out to everyone in LA. I've got family there, also in Santa Monica in that zone. And my gosh, I mean, it's just what a time. So really nice to connect with all of you. I always meet great people through Light DAO.
Thanks, Marissa. John, you just joined, brother. You want to give a quick intro about what you're up to and yourself?
Yes. So a year ago, I had an exit through my family company. We had a manufacturing company for kimchi. And I was exploring for about a year. And starting in February, I'm going to be starting my first project, an advisory role for an electric air taxi startup, helping them come into the United States and start going after over 100 million in fundraising this year Also, I'm still looking at more projects to help out, invest in or help fundraise. So I'd like to potentially meet you guys and discuss what you guys have going on.
Thanks, brother. Barbara.
Yes, hello. Hi, everyone. If you're meeting me for the first time, I'm a performance artist and interfaith minister, and I work on humor and wellness. And I have been doing a lot of traveling over the last 2 months, and it's almost Valentine's Day. And one of my projects about humor and wellness is called the Love Letter Lounge Post Office. And I am just coming back from doing that as a corporate experience for some agencies in Norway, which was really exciting. And I'm doing it as and also at a wellness retreat in Hawaii. And I'm here at Sundance right now and just did it as an arts event at a Sundance satellite event. So part of my mission here is I did not invent humor for wellness. And I'm a voice for humor for wellness for a modern audience. Because if we don't find humor with the journey of life, it's incredibly difficult. And one of the things I've been speaking about recently is what do we do about reclaiming joy back from the thieves of joy? And I've been finding that when I say the phrase thieves of joy, there's this new resonance that's emerging. So some of the things that are next for me are speaking on humor as a human right and playfulness and joyfulness as human rights. Because if we're creating a world where we think that it's I'm going to say it differently. If the world that we've created includes the idea that some people just won't find laughter and joy, then that's an inhumane world. And so I'm working on mental wellness through that lens. And I'm happy to connect with other people who resonate with this message. I do work across corporate, community, cultural environments, and I'm looking forward to putting together a Love Letter Lounge experience for the Lake Dow community, and I can do that in person, but I can also do it online, and we could talk about doing both of those things. So if you resonate with humor and wellness, please give me a shout because I'm all about collaboration right now.
Thank you. Tiffany, I know you can, we haven't had an opportunity to hear from you, so would love to give
Well,
you.
she's gonna be talking all about her two masterminds, and she'll
Oh, that's right.
introduce,
That's
right?
right. Yep. That's totally right. Yep. Awesome. Cheryl's on here as well. Cheryl?
Hey everybody, I'm Cheryl Feidelman. I feel so, my heart is so open to be with all of you and hear what you all are up to, and Happy New Year. I am a relationship and codependency coach, and I've developed my own methodology for codependence recovery. And it's my mission and purpose and just highest passion in life to help us get back in relationship with ourselves. Because I think that everything in our life is sourced from and stems from our relationship with ourselves. And I mainly work with high performing women, and I help them create healthy relationships and true intimacy. Because for a lot of us high performing women, everything looks pretty decent on the outside. But behind the scenes, there's something that doesn't feel right, either in our romantic relationships, in our family relationships, or with our coworkers. There's some level of disconnect or not feeling like we're being our true selves. Fundamentally, I'm an early childhood trauma healer. So I look at codependency as a way in which we demonstrate our unhealed trauma. So I feel grateful that my work is aligned with my mission and purpose. And I work with individuals, couples, and groups. And I just always meet amazing people up to amazing stuff in this group. So I'm grateful to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Marcus, are you on here? I see your name, but don't see your face. If you can hear me, I'd love to hear from you. Marcus, are you on here?
Yes. Hello, I am.
Yes. Hello, brother.
Hi, I am. So great to see you again. So great to see all of you.
You want to give us a quick intro on yourself?
Of course. So I'm in Austria right now. Austria is in the middle of European Union. It's not in Australia, as many may think. I'm a member of LightDAO from San Francisco, where mainly I met Ruby. I'm founder. We are building AI human collaboration infrastructure, meaning whenever AI reaches limitations, it should not go to a dead end, but should be able to loop in the best human possible to service the end user. Yeah, that's what we are building, and I'm happy to be part of LightDAO because I believe that every innovation that comes with responsibility, and we should be aware of what we are doing to the world. Not that we not always have some negative impact, that's unavoidable, but we should be aware of what we are doing in the world. And that's why I'm so happy to be part of a community that is conscious about the impact of their leadership.
Great.
Thank you, brother. We're
So
gonna
good to see you and waiting for the time when you come back to San Francisco. Okay, go ahead, Payam.
Yeah.
I know. I miss you too. Wait,
Rohan,
it maybe
so I'm
looks weird when I'm always looking up there. Sorry.
yeah.
I have two screens.
Thank you, brother. So moving on to the mastermind teams, these are a short-term 4 or 5% peer support groups where people can dive deeper into business or personal topics. We have a handful of you guys on the call now, so we'll give Rohan first a minute to share about what he's up to and his mastermind. Rohan?
Yeah, certainly. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Payam. It's been quite busy the last few weeks, but
Happy
having
New
a
Year,
great time with LightDAO and co-creating actually with a few people that I've met at LightDAO. I'll just give a quick overview and also talk about the mastermind. So what do I do? I focus primarily on AI technology. So I have a consulting firm that we build AI technologies, we do AI education, and we have a technology that's focused on using AI for marketing with entrepreneurs, and it's called Osisha. I'll drop the link in a minute. For co-creating, I've been working with some different actually folks from LightDAO. Paul Claxton, we're co-creating and partnering on Explainable AI podcast. And that's a podcast that goes out to more than 2 million people in the AI ecosystem, including people at Google, Meta, OpenAI, etc. So that's been a really, really cool podcast that we've been working on for the last several months. Also co-creating with Matthew Gugimus from also LightDAO. He's an expert in autism, and he runs a journal called Autism Digest. It's very respected in the industry. And we're co-creating and building an AI technology to screen autism. So it's really cool because it's a really huge problem in the industry to be able to determine if someone is autistic or not. And so we're co-building that technology to be released in a couple months. Giovanni, you mentioned, Giovanni Villa. We're co-creating on an AI marketing agency as well, so we're still putting that together. But that's actually a cool idea. And I founded Ninja CEO, which is really a nonprofit for helping underprivileged Black and Brown young adults and women. And so actually partnering with different organizations to help help these individuals through that nonprofit. It's a 501c nonprofit. For LightDAO, we're working on putting together a mastermind, and this mastermind will be focused on how to use AI for marketing. There's a lot of really cool things you can do now. We're building some of them ourselves with AI for marketing, and so we're going to go through and talk about some of those items and the technologies and how you can use them, how you can use them to scale, how you can use them for traffic, for marketing, all these kind of things. So those are the main things that I'm focused on right now.
Yeah. I want to comment for all these masterminds, there's going to be email going out like tomorrow or Friday that has paragraph description of each mastermind. All right. And then also, how do you connect with the mastermind leader if you're interested in joining them? Okay, so there's going to be more details coming out within the next 2 days. All right, so these are also short-term masterminds. As you can see, it's 4 to 5 people per team. And because we really want to provide an opportunity for you to really go to meet each other and go deep, beyond just the people in your local chapters. All right. And then what you want to do after that first initial 4 weeks is totally all up to you, whether you want to continue or whether you want to complete at that time. The other thing I want to mention is that there's a lot of new people here. All right. So if anybody else that wants to consider like initiating a mastermind team, please contact me today. Email me today, ruby@lightdout.one, with your idea. So these are not teaching or promotional sessions, but they're basically opportunities to give our members a way of really diving deep together, get to know each other, beyond your chapter. Okay, so again, if you're new and you didn't know about these mastermind teams and you have an idea in your head, please contact me today. So we may even include you in this batch coming up. So great.
Pass it to Chris Roberts.
Hello, hello. Good to see everyone. Yeah, so we're looking at doing a mastermind around men evolving ourselves to evolve the world. One of the things I love about Light Dial is we all have these, beautiful ideas of how we want to go out and change the world. And, I think what this offers us the opportunity to do is to think about who do we need to become in order to go out and do what we want to do. So we'll together look at what is one big shift we can make, an adaptive shift in who we are and how we show up, figure out what's blocking us, and then work together and support each other to release that. And I was excited to make this a men's group so we can explore some of the patterns and blocks that are pretty common among men related to masculinity, everything from things like, many times the things that block us the most are the things we chase the most, things like success, love, security, and validation. And so we can dive into some of that and see how it shows up and either gets in a way of us achieving what we want in our business and our lives. And I'll stop there.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Chris. Actually, talking about men's group, I've been wanting to, have a women's group. So I noticed there's a lot of coaches and new DAO owners here because these are all initiated by DAO owners. So if anybody who's thinking, oh my God, I would love to lead a women's team, a women's group, please contact me. All right, because I'm very open to having a theme around that.
Yep. Thank you, Ruby. We'll pass it to Tiffany.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tiffany Joy Bassi, and I'm a serial tech entrepreneur from the San Francisco Bay Area, having started, run, and sold a couple tech companies in finance, in health, and in the wellness space. And now I'm leading 2 masterminds. The first one is on conscious leadership. When I was running my 30-person company, Ms. Money, I was doing conscious leadership and really paid attention to culture. So that'll be one of the topics that we'll discuss as a small group, and how to take your aspirations and what you want to create in leadership. And we'll share stories and visions for what that would look like. The other one that I'm doing a mastermind is really applying what I've learned as an angel investor. I have an impact fund called the OM Fund. And between that and consulting for hundreds of startups, I've seen a lot from that 10,000 foot view. And so this mastermind is to bring together the tips and tricks and tools needed to take you from pre-seed as a startup to Series A and beyond. And the goal is that people who have already raised a pre-seed and want to know how to get the attention of VCs, what matters to them, what metrics to hit, to make that raising a Series A and beyond even more effortless. I would love to facilitate a mastermind on that.
Okay. Thank you, Tiffany. And thank you so much for stepping forward to lead two themes that are so important for our type of members, because this is what Light Dow is all about, conscious leadership. And then we have so many startups who are at pre-seed and seed stage. So that's going to be so beneficial for you. So I don't think Gina or Rebecca are here, so I'll quickly mention them. Art and Science of Community Building. I mean, Gina has, been in the community world for years. And then Rebecca is really close to her heart, is all about philanthropy. So again, something will be going on next couple days. We'll have a paragraph discussion about them. And for me, I never really thought of actually initiating a mastermind, but I was inspired to do this one called Business as a Practice of Quantum Flow. Was that when we had our Christmas Dow owner dinner celebration, and we were all sharing about what we wanted to create for 2025, I started talking about the book Surrender. And like half of the table talked about it, how they read that book and how that was one of their favorites. So this one is about how to put that into practice. So this is for people who've been doing this for a while, that really, kind of defer to flow. Right? To have courage. How do you mix like living in hardcore business and also surrendering to flow? So that's what this one is about, as a practice of quantum flow. So I'm seeing little notices, people, about ideas. Please email me if you have a mastermind idea. All right. Again, ruby@lightdow.one.
Do you want to share about your mastermind?
Yeah, I just did.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My bad. Cool. So then I guess passing it on, continue, Ruby, with the philanthropy program. So this is something that we've talked about over the last couple town halls, that what is it that we can do as a group where we can come together and support? Because part of what a DAO is about is, of course, there's all these beautiful things that we're doing in gatherings, but what can we do as a global collective to really stand behind a particular mission at some frequency that we can support at a level? So Ruby, maybe you can share about this Kiva philanthropy program.
Yes. So the person that has stepped forward, the DAO owner that's stepped forward, that's been leading this, is Pilar Barton, and unfortunately she can't be here today. So I'm really excited by this project. I think most of you probably heard of Kiva because they really made microloans a movement. And it's amazing because they have funded billions now in $25 $25 chunks, all right, with millions of lenders. And the thing that's really fun about Kiva is that we are actually going to be lending together as a team. So the Light Dow team. And literally, it's like your contribution is $25. So the one that we've chosen, which you will get information on over the next day or two again, is this organic rainforest group based out of Peru, which supports over 400 organic farmers. All right. And 30% of them are women. So we thought, wow, this could be a really, really aligned project for us. And the thing is that, we're not going to just ask you to donate your $25 if you're inspired. We also like to ask you to bring in your friends and colleagues and family, all right, to participate in this. All right. So we can really, truly do it as a collective. Because, Light Dow, again, is about, the whole person of us individually. And our whole persons includes our family and our business and our friends, right? So this is going to be going on for the next 2 weeks, and we're going to again be sending out information about where you can donate your $25 or more. And what we're also going to be doing is that we're going to have a little contest for not contest, just a drawing for everybody who donates. We're going to have a drawing that have a coaching session with Payam. All right. And also for the first two people who donates $100 or more, for the first two, they're also going to have a session with Payam. So we're auctioning off Payam. We're auctioning off time with Payan. And we're actually going to have another one. Okay, sorry, I just made up another one, Payan. For the person who refers most friends, all right, and family, who gets other people to because this is a great way for you to share like that with your family and friends, right? For the person who brings in the most people, they're also going to have a session with Payan.
The person who does the most will get something as a surprise for me, and I'm not going to say what it is now. Let's see.
Okay, great, great, great. And if we have a lot of you, I will auction myself out too, and I will also, do a benefit or whatever it is that you would like. Right? So anyway, so this is our. Oh, Jyoti just said that she would like a session with me.
Yes, absolutely. Any day, Ruby.
So anyways, so let's make this fun. Let's share like that with our family and communities and our and our business colleagues, because again, we'll be sharing more about who Kiva is. What they have done is pretty phenomenal. With these small little $25 donations. And I did that with them years ago. And it's just been amazing. It's so rewarding to hear the things that they have done. And I figure, a lot of us, we can relate to cacao, and Peru is a place that many of us gone to. So this could be a very interesting one for us. So anyways,
Thank you.
So you'll hear more about this soon.
Cool. So as I mentioned earlier, we have an investment program where DAO owners in the community can submit opportunities for investment. And what happens there is our investment committee, which is right now myself and Mario, will review these opportunities, and we begin to support these entrepreneurs through coaching, feedback, business development, strategy, and also what individuals in the network can be helpful to take that business to the next level as advisors, but also as investors and supporters. So two of these individuals are on this call today. I'm going to pass it to Corey to talk about his platform, United for Humanity. Corey?
Thank you, Payam. And just really great to meet everybody. Before I get into this, I just want to say how incredible this community really is, and that it has really inspired me in so many ways. And I've met so many incredible people, even like talking about Greg and stuff like that. I've known him for years, and he's been such an incredible soul. And to find out that he's a part of this, it's just really nice. So anyway, I just want to say thank you for putting all of this together. And we understand how important community is, right? I mean, we've depended on it since the beginning of humanity. And that really brings me into what United for Humanity is. It's a community centered platform, mission focused, that connects people to the nonprofits that they care about, and the nonprofits to people who are passionate about making a positive impact. I mean, an easy way to kind of get an idea of what it is. Imagine if LinkedIn, it's the LinkedIn of positive impact, but imagine if LinkedIn had a soul. And then when I say that, LinkedIn's great for professionals. They put up businesses, they put up, people, but they're not actually actively helping people find the perfect job of their life. They're not actively engaged. They're not helping people get off the streets and, find that first job. And that's where we make the difference. Simon Sinek, there's some really great marketing people on this call. He talks about the what and the how. The what is, I have this product, and the second aspect is how or what it does or how it works. But no companies, or a lot of companies, don't talk about the why they exist, the mission behind it, the reason behind it. And that's really where, one of our unique value propositions is, why we exist. We want to bring people together. We want to help the nonprofits. And so we have two user bases. We have the nonprofit user base, and then we actually have the users, the public. And we connect them in a multitude of different ways. I mean, I've been in marketing for 20 years. We've been helping people, buy a bunch of things that they don't need, to be honest. And, I had a kind of a revelation during COVID. Like, I need to find something that I have a very specific skill set. How can I take this and offer it, to a sector that really needs it. We expect the nonprofits to go out there and solve the world's biggest problems, but yet they don't have the resources to do it. And so this community, this app, United for Humanity, will give them the resources that they need, that they've so desperately needed to accomplish their mission. And we do this in, like I said, 1,000 different ways, and that are really unique and set us apart from every other platform, especially now when people are looking for different types of platforms. I think people are kind of over the, I don't want to say over. I mean, some people still use X. That's great. Some people are switching to, Blue Sky. Okay. People are kind of confused on where to go. I think some people, maybe they like Instagram, but maybe they don't resonate with the CEO anymore, and the same thing goes with Facebook. I think people are kind of like looking for that space now where they can say, I want to go to somewhere where I can put my resources to something that's actually making a positive impact around the world. And so that's where we are.
Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you for that. Love the mission behind it and looking forward to continuing to support your growth.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pass it to Bastian for Zambezi. Bastian.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Payam. So I'm also based in LA, as many of you. I've been with LightDAO for about 1.5 years or so now, and big shout out to Payam for supporting me and many others like me, like on this entrepreneurial journey. And I've gained a lot of interesting and connections, not just personal but also professionally, and also really helpful for what I'm building. So I'm the founder of Zambezi Zero, and we're building a super intelligence for organizations to monitor their environment, including the biodiversity, and while doing that, gaining operational and resilience benefits that are actually starting to get reflected on the public stock exchanges by indexes like the S&P 500. And the global economy lost $10 trillion last year because of impact by nature. And that's the money that is there to be saved. It's going to be 44 trillion by 2030, at least according to McKinsey and PwC and stuff. And it's a staggering number. That's kind of an invisible loss. It's just being accepted. And we're trying to get control over that. The vertical that I'm starting in is conservation in Africa. That's a several billion-dollar market. The entire market for the kind of technology I'm building, I'll tell a little bit more about, is 900 billion by 2030, focusing on 4 sustainable development goals. And the exact product I'm building is an IoT and AI platform that ingests infinite amount of data from IoT sensors, puts it in digital twin, runs AI over it to become predictive about incidents that can happen in the nature and the environment that's within their control. So the pilot project is protecting 84,000 acres of land, currently raising $2 million to pull off that proof of concept, which will get us ready for commercialization. And I welcome anybody who gets excited about what I just shared a bit to ping me, and looking forward to connect.
Thank you, Bastian. I wish we had Zambezi when the LA fires broke out. That's exactly the kind of solution that we need to be implemented. So I love the work that you're doing. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
So we're not going to have time for a group connection, unfortunately, because we're pretty much at the top of the hour. So I guess we have 2 minutes with each other. So I'm going to bring this back to the kind of group. I'm going to stop my screen share, and we can all just look at each other's beautiful faces and remember what we all look like, and say hello. And if there's any questions, or if anybody wants to raise their hand to say something that they heard, or wants to give any feedback or anything, please, now is the time.
Shelley, I see you just joined us. Do you want to share about what's coming up for you in New York and who you are? Because each of the chapter lead had introduced ourselves and talked a little bit about what's coming up. So would you like to share that, Shelley?
Oh, yeah, sure. And just about the worst thing you could ever task me with is being succinct. So nice to see so many faces. I've met some of you, and some of you I haven't. So I really look forward. This is an amazing community. And yes, huge shout out to Payam and to Ruby and to all those other leaders with the amazing initiatives. And New helping to lead the New York chapter. And I actually I'm jumping onto a call right now as a potential sponsor, speaker for an upcoming salon. And yeah, I know we don't have a lot of time, but I'm really open and love to get to know everybody. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm on there a lot. And I look
Shelley,
forward to
tell people what
recording.
your startup is, because I think a lot of people would be interested in that. There's actually a couple people here who specifically involved you with your area. So if you can do that in 1 minute, that would be really great since it's 1 o'clock already.
Sure. It's a front end. It's a video game platform, but the power of it is it's an HR assessment tool that helps employers identify the cognitive strengths of potential employees and their team members, so that they can build from a potential standpoint, not a resume standpoint. And we're focused on autistic adults and cybersecurity talent right now. So that's our little niche of the world.
Yeah. So Rohan, and also Matthew, the neurodivergent community. And I think a lot of people here, because again, we're conscious leaders, are really interested in that diverse community. And Shelley is a real expert in that also.
Yeah. Hey, Shelley, can we connect at some point regarding that? I think we have some mutual
Absolutely.
things. Okay, cool.
Shelley, could you give your second name, please? Because I looked up on the LinkedIn. I couldn't
Tanner.
find. I'm sorry?
Tanner,
I'll write it in here
Tanner.
for her.
Okay, thank you.
I put my LinkedIn in the chat as well.
Well, thank you, everyone. We're a minute over time, so bless you all. Grateful for this space and time and all the beautiful work that you all do and bring to this world as we continue to unite and bring in this new paradigm together. So thank you all. Much love. Beautiful day, and see you soon.
Well done, Payam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Payam. Thanks,
Thank
Ruby.
you.
Bye.
Greetings and blessings to all of you from both of us.
And Jay, thank you
Thanks,
for bringing your
everyone.
balloons. I love your balloons, Jay. So thank